in advance because I think in the next 4 days will be on the 1st of January 2026. Today is the final Sunday in the month of December 2025. So let's just say congratulations to all of us. It's a beautiful moment to be alive, and it is something that we all need to relish. Thank you for joining this live. I would implore you to kindly subscribe, like, and share. We intend to have healthy, intellectual conversations, especially on happenings in Nigeria. One of the interesting things is the fact that by 2026, the political landscape is going to be rife. We're going to be having more talks on politics as we prepare for the 2027 general elections. And if you look at a rundown of all the events that had taken place that shaped 2025, obviously the star of the conversation was Mr. President TINUBU himself, his policies, also accompanied by Nyesom Wike, Bayo Nanaga, and obviously Mr. PETEROBI of the opposition and Atiku Abubakar. These men were the most talked about conversations that we had in the year 2025, based on rhetorics, narratives, propaganda, name it, and obviously heavy criticism. And then obviously we looked at security issues, security concerns. For the past 3 months, insecurity became very rife, very heavy, and it actually got a lot of Nigerians worried. When I mean a lot of Nigerians worried, regardless of your political affiliation or religious affinity, everyone was disturbed as to the sporadic spate of insecurity in certain regions in the country, and it created that distrust in the government of the day, because a lot of persons were saying for insecurity to thrive like this, it obviously means that the government of the day is aware, or that they know exactly what is happening, or they understand precisely the semantics behind it. Well, on Christmas Day, the American government gave us a very huge surprise. And what was the surprise? You already know, they actually bombed some communities in Sakoto, about 6 local governments. And we heard that some of these terrorists are beginning to run away, but they're doing it carefully and gently. They're taking their time in getting themselves out of the scenario. So you see them come out in groups, use leaves to cover themselves in case there are aerial surveillance. And if you heard that there have been some fighter jets and drones that have been perusing some of these northern areas. That's what they call flight mapping on the volatile regions. The Nigerian government said they provided the American military information, vital information and statistics as to the location of these guys. So yes, a lot is actually going on in that regard, and we hope to see how it unfolds. So in that particular situation, we heard by a source telling us that Peter Obi is to join the ADC on the 31st of December 2025. Almost like just call it a date to 2026. Most times we hear all those permutations, it eventually doesn't work out. We heard that Peter Obi was going to tell us very soon the political party he will run with in November. And then this is the end of December. We didn't hear anything, but there are set talks that he's set to officially announce defection to ADC. Well, we get to know. Let's not speculate in that particular aspect. Now, there's a situation with Wike and the president. Wike is asking the president that all those persons shouting on your mandate will stand. What were they during the electioneering process when he went all out to ensure that Mr. President actually wins the election? And Wike is actually saying that all these new entrants into the All Progressives Congress who did not work, who did not go through the grovel, who did not do the necessary hard work, all of a sudden they're now shouting on your mandate. And you know that Fubara is now the political leader in Rivers, now that he has defected to the APC. There's some people who believe that Wike did not see it. I doubt. After that state of emergency was declared, it was so obvious that Fubara had no choice but to agree to terms and conditions that will be presented before him by the president and Wike. He had no choice than to accept it. And it was very pertinent going to join the All Progressives Congress. Anyone who thinks Wike did not anticipate that, I don't think that person is being smart, because there is no how Wike would have expected Fubara not to join the APC. He definitely had to. Fubara himself had said the reason why he joined the APC was because his PDP counterparts did not give him the support that he needed. They didn't support him, they didn't protect him, and so that's why he joined the All Progressives Congress. But the issue right now is that Wike believes that there are some persons who may want to fracture the relationship he has with the president, and he's trying to remind the president that, Mr. President, I need you to remember that I delivered for you when I needed to deliver. I did my part. I did my due diligence. So, Mr. President, what are you telling me or what are you not telling me? I don't know if you get my drift. So, for him, he considers the fact that it would be better. Do you understand? If the president is reminded of the vital role he played, and it's obvious that the president cannot make any mistake in having issues against Nyesom Wike right now. He needs to be in the good book of Wike because Wike is their city minister, and the president knows it is very necessary, extremely necessary, to retain or maintain that relationship. Sorry, my my handle almost fell. That's my stand almost fell. So let me welcome Mr. Tony Mbata. He's going to be analyzing along with me on some certain events that have developed. Mr. Tony Mbata, compliments of the season. Thank you for joining us. Yes. He's very tall, so he doesn't need to climb the stool. Mr. Tony, are you surprised with Wike trying to remind the president that, Mr. President, remember I delivered River State to you. You cannot make the mistake of thinking that now that Fubara has joined APC, that he will now become the deciding factor. I made all of that happen. I am still relevant. Do you think at this very critical juncture, the president will make a naive mistake of wanting to put Wike aside when he very well needs him, knowing that Wike could literally expose all his vulnerabilities and weaknesses if he has him as an enemy?
When you ask, am I surprised? No.
Okay.
And yes.
All right.
No, in the sense that I know that a time will come like this when Wike will be like an orphan. Yes, because when Wike was being carried away by his own selfish political aggrandizement, I know that a time will come, Wike will be like an orphan. No, in the sense that if Wike is a smart politician, Wike wouldn't have made any comment now. He should have watched to see where Mr. President is going. Because Fubara made a comment that he is the number one, and also release some music. And it's like I saw some delegate from government house to visit him. I saw what the other Senate president, that he is one of the persons that are looking for the big fish. So I would have, if Wike is a good chess player in politics, he will have keep his arsenal very ready to know what happened. And also, if Wike is a good chess player in politics, he should have known that President TINUBU knows how to use people. And when you are strong, he will not use you again. Because you want to maintain his dynasty by controlling. So Wike allowed himself because he was over ambition. Ambition is not bad. But when you over ambition, Wike allowed himself to destroy his party PDP because of what he's thinking that he's going to gain. Now, Wike did not calculate very well by allowing the governor to join APC. Now, the governor is number one in APC. Wike is neither here nor there. So Wike has lost out.
Very interesting. Okay, that development is still ongoing. We're going to see what turns out between now and next year, because Wike himself said that 2026 is a year of politics.
Wike cannot do anything, mark my word. Wike is a leader. What he do, if you see a drowning man, what he will do is to try to hold something. If you're holding something, if you follow him, you will die with him. So Wike knows that Wike doesn't have any other political structure now. People that are around him is because he's still a 50 minister. After that, they want to make some money from him. After that, Wike is gone. You will mark it.
All right. So we've heard that based on what transpired with the U.S. airstrikes, we've heard about the fact that it exposes Nigeria's weak security architecture. This was a statement made by an ex-presidential candidate, and that's the former presidential candidate, Benga Kashim. Hashim. He actually said that this insecurity in Nigeria is homegrown, and that it's also very important that a different solution ought to have been preferred in handling things. And this exposes the weaknesses in Nigeria's security apparatus, despite all the money is budgeted for security and finding a solution to handle insecurity. Does this stipulate that there are talks that this administration was very well sponsoring insecurity and enabling it? But now that the president has decided to work with the US, does this not isolate that narrative that the president is not part of whatever this is? Or he really wants insecurity to end? I mean, I don't know if you understand.
I understand what you're saying, but we cannot judge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government only. We trace it back from Muhammad Buhari. It was Muhammad Buhari and his people that conquered this insecurity to Nigeria. And Muhammad Buhari administration allowed insecurity for whatever they believe on. And I thank God today something happened. And when Tinubu came into power, Tinubu inherited it and wanted to maintain it because of his own political aggrandizement. But the issue is that for a foreign force or bigger force now came in, so Tinubu have no other option to yield. So many people in Tinubu's government are part of this insecurity, and some opposition too. So Tinubu had wanted to sustain that there, leave them, negotiate with them, like Gumi will be saying, negotiate with them, pamper them until let me win the next election. But because Trump and co decided to show the might, now you now see Nigerian government trying to play I care attitude. They don't care. What they care is win election, make money. But thank God for Trump.
All right, so let's look at this. We heard that PETEROBI is set to join the ADC by the 31st of December 2025, just a day to the 1st of January 2026. Do you think that it's just one of these speculations they put in the media to propel him to join? We've had different narratives. He himself had told us that by November, he will let us know the political party he will join. But we didn't get to hear anything. And now we're hearing from sources that he's set to join the ADC. Now, the question a lot of persons are asking is that PETEROBI joining the ADC as a VP to Atiku, or is he joining the ADC as a presidential candidate? There are some persons that have said, especially some obedience, they have said that if PETEROBI joins the ADC, and we knowing full well that the agenda of the ADC is for Atiku, then we rather support that Tinubu stays there because it's a turn of the South. Others believe that even if PETEROBI decides to go to another political party and runs, that the vote will be divided like it was in 2023, which gives Tinubu the ultimate. But they feel that if he combines with Atiku, that there's a strong potential. But they ran in 2019, even if you know 2019 is different from what we saw in 2023. But the fear is that even if PETEROBI decides to run right now, that the elements that be would not give it to him, and everywhere will be quiet. He's not ferocious like the other political counterparts. What's your take on that assessment?
Let me say this clearly. PETEROBI is not joining ADC if he will join on the 31st of December to be a running mate to Atiku. Erase that from their mind. Anybody that is thinking that PETEROBI is joining ADC to be a running mate to Atiku, that person is not getting it clear. What PETEROBI was saying is that there are so many things we need to cross the T and dot the I. Now, if they have finished that, PETEROBI will join. And he said, if these things are done and primary is being conducted and anybody that win, I will support the person. And he said, I am not desperate to be Nigeria president. What I'm desperate is to see Nigeria work. So PETEROBI joining ADC is for Nigeria to work, not to be the vice. And PETEROBI cannot, PETEROBI cannot be vice to Atiku. Instead of PETEROBI will not rule.
Okay, well, I don't know. You're sounding so certain.
I'm not
there's no certainty.
There's no
certainty when it comes to politics.
In this one, I am sure.
Okay. There is something you know that we don't know.
Yes.
There's some information that you have that we don't have.
Yes.
So let me trust this, your assessment, even if you don't want to really say it as it is. But ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to know what you think with the current happenings. Do you believe what is currently going on? And I would like to know what your assessment is in the comment section. The case of Wike and the president, do you believe if they will have any fallout? And if they will have the fallout, do you think it will be wise for the president to have fallout with Wike at this very sensitive juncture? Then aside from that, Peter will be joining the ADC. Do you consider it a good development, applying strategy and an alignment with the North, considering the fact that having the northern element is a major factor to win the elections? Remember that the president has been able to lock down the Southwest, the South-South, right? Majority of the South-South, and some aspects of the Southeast. So let's see how it goes. Have yourself an amazing day. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, and don't forget to subscribe. It's pertinent that you subscribe.